What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So I don't think this should come as any surprise to anybody. I think it was just a matter of time before we got some news, any news, and now specifically this news, that we are now getting another sequel to be added to the Purge franchise. If you didn't know, you're about to know. There's already been 5 films done in the Purge franchise, plus a TV series that was attempted. I don't think that, to my knowledge, the TV series was like a one and done. It only lasted for one season, so maybe it's just a series. But that one came in, it was around 2018, 2019, so it was right after the 4th film. Obviously, then it would have been before the 5th film. And now again, so we've had five movies, 1 TV series since the 2013 release of the original film. And the reason why I say it was just a matter of time before we got another installment of to this franchise is because the amount of money it makes, right? With the 5 films alone, you're thinking you had, I think it's roughly like a $50 to $55 million budget cost between all 5 films. And all 5 films worldwide made just north of 533 million. So pretty much made what, 480 some million dollar profit worldwide. And again, that's just me guessing. That's not marketing and anything else. That's just box office cost versus the budget. So again, and with there only being 5 films, because I mean nowadays with horror franchises, it seems like if you don't have 8 to 12 films in your franchise, you're lagging behind. So again, I think it was just a matter of time before we started having this particular discussion. So let's jump into this article, see what information we are going to get for this upcoming addition to the franchise. So the new Purge film in the works from franchise creator James DeMonaco. So yeah, so James. So if you didn't know, James, he wrote and directed obviously the first film. I think he did the first 3 films, and he only wrote as screenwriter the 4th and 5th films. There were 2 different directors that came in and did the 4th and 5th films, and now apparently he's returning supposedly to do both again, to do director and writer jobs. So let's jump into it. The Purge creator James DeMonaco revealed to Blade discussing that he and his wife have written a 6th film in the franchise. I just finished a script. My producer Sebastian has read multiple drafts, given me notes. We just handed it to Jason. He tells me, I'm really happy with it. I hope they like it. I think it's cool and fun. We're hoping next year we would be great to shoot, maybe the end of this year if the timing works. But now it's with the powers that be, so we'll see what happens. DeMonaco wrote, okay, so right here, yeah, it confirms what I was just saying. He wrote all 5 installments in the franchise, goes over which ones he wrote. In addition to directing the first 3, he also created USA's The Purge series that ran for, it was 2 seasons. See, I thought it was just 1 season for some reason, but obviously they got 2 seasons out of it. DeMonaco adds, people's favorite character might be coming back. I can say without naming who that is, a couple of people who it could be, but something's coming back who I love, and I think the audience loves. He almost certainly referring to Frank Grillo, who starred as Sergeant Leo Barnes in Anarchy and Election Year. Now, I do know originally we knew we knew Frank was up in the air. So Frank did, what was it? It was some werewolf movie, werewolves or something he did that got released. I want to say it was earlier this year. And the idea was that he was supposed to come back and we talked about this when we did the trailer review for that particular werewolf film, or we covered the story on it. And let me do a quick search real quick and see what the film was called. It was a werewolf film. Yeah, it was called Werewolves. It came out in 2024. So it was end of 2024. It says December. So yeah, that movie was not good. It was not well received. And the idea was that Frank was going to star in that. And it was supposed to kick off a franchise for that particular film. There were supposed to be up to 2 to 3 sequels. And if that were to be the case, Frank would be attached to that project, and that IP would not return to the Purge if they did another one. Now they are doing another one. Werewolves didn't pan out the way they all thought it would. So maybe that's, you know, where they're looking at the silver lining. Well, hey, werewolves didn't work out, and now they get Frank to come back and play in this next Purge film. All right, so let's keep going. Quote, then we create some real great female heroes in this one. There's some real amazing women. We've had some great women in the past, but real warrior women come forth here in a way that we haven't really explored on Purge Night, DeMonaco continues. It's been really fun to write, and I'm writing with my wife, so I'm getting a nice female perspective, and that's been really fun. DeMonaco credits his wife with inspiring the original concept for the Purge based on a comment she made after they were involved in a road rage incident. So it's been a bit of a full circle moment to have her creatively involved, in which may be the final entry. So if this is going to possibly be the final one, I can see them making a big push to get Frank to come back and bring some closure, not just to that character, but again, having him in the final film. I would think they would push hard for that. While we wait for the return of The Purge, DeMonaco's new horror film, The Home, opens in theaters on July 25th. Stay tuned for a full interview next week. And so this is just here, BD discussing his original audio, new Purge movie from Frank. So this is just a clip here on Instagram. So nothing more to this article here. So again, I'm not surprised to hear this. We saw this potentially coming because when we were talking about werewolves last year, there was rumor that a new Purge film could be coming. There might be one coming. Now we have confirmation that a script has been finished. It's been turned in. Now to James's point, it's just a matter of, will the studio want to actually pick it up and continue? Again, when you look at the numbers, I think the numbers are going to be there to say it will make money. And if they come across saying, hey, this will be the final one, let's get Frank back to do it. He's not really doing werewolves anymore, or at least not at this point. So that could be another, box checked for the studio to say, okay, we'll give you, $10-15 million, go do it, right? So anyways, that's going to do it for this horror news update. Drop a comment in the comments section. Let us know what you think. Are you a Purge fan? Do you enjoy that franchise? I will say I've enjoyed it overall, but I don't think anything's ever going to surpass the first film for me. I think the first film was great, but the rest of them all have their strong points, right? But like any franchise, the more and more sequels you continue to add to it, I think it starts to dilute the IP overall, and that goes for any horror franchise. Even my favorite, Halloween. I think the more sequels we've gotten over time, it's kind of diluted the franchise, but I think characters like that, and I know the Purge has a massive following. There's always going to be a fan base for it. So again, drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.